Jai Bhagwan, victory to the spirit that you are. And welcome to our introduction to meditation and motion yoga practice. We've been exploring how we can begin to turn our yoga practice on the mat and in life into a meditation in motion, where we follow our body's innate energetic intelligence, what we call prana. This intelligence that heals a wound when you get cut and restores the body at night when you're sleeping, and prompts you when you've crossed the legs in one way to just automatically cross in the other way to facilitate balance. So we've been exploring how to tune into what we could consider a new language, a language of energy in the body, and begin to follow that language, that energy's guidance to help restore balance and harmony, physically, mentally, emotionally, and for spiritual realization. And the thing about this energy is it also shows up as thoughts too. Thought is energy. And so if in the midst of this on the mat practice, an intuitive thought comes in, be still. Just go to stillness and be still and be present with that. The thought comes in and it feels like it's coming from a place deep within inside you. Twist to the right. Just go with that. You're learning a new language, and that's the language of prana. So use this opportunity to really tune in and explore your capacity to receive those promptings. I'll be giving you a little bit more time and freedom to explore without verbal instructions from me, since we've had a build-up of several classes to this moment. So if all of a sudden I'm quiet, you don't have to open your eyes and check out and see what I'm doing. Just tune into your body and see what's happening in there in those moments. And you can even scan your body for strong sensation and kind of lean right into it. And then make those micro movements and then see if that prompts larger movements. So this is your time to really explore. So that on the mat, in the life, you can come from an internal attunement of peace and harmony that we call meditation. So that your whole life can turn into a meditation in motion. And even if that motion guides you towards stillness and rest, like at nighttime or any time through the day, it's appropriate to just be still. And we'll utilize all the tools that we've covered so far. To begin, just closing the eyes. And that's simply to reduce the amount of sensory data coming in through the sense of sight. Bring the attention to the body, sitting in a comfortable position. Just scanning the body and seeing if there's any movements, shifting that needs to happen in order for the body to be more at ease in this seated position, instead of going habitual with how you're sitting. Begin to deepen each inhaling breath. Lengthen each exhaling breath. If available, breathing through the nose. And on that next inhaling breath, draw the breath to the very bottom of the lungs. Fill the lungs completely from the bottom all the way up to the top, feeling that natural rise of expansion in the torso help to lengthen and support the spine. And on your next exhaling breath, Just relax the shoulders back and down. Soften through the neck, the face. Let your chest and abdomen relax. Let the legs relax. Be at ease in the body. Feeling the movement of breath flowing in and flowing out. Seeing if you can focus your attention so fully on breath that you relax so deeply. It's as if the breath is breathing you. Consciously observing how breath breathes the body. So you can be relaxed and at ease. Allowing the innate energetic intelligence of prana to facilitate restoration, balance, and harmony. So that you can simply enjoy the ride. Staying connected to sensation, very slowly bringing your attention to the sensations in the arms. Begin to lift the arms up and either bring the hands into prayer position in front of the heart or hand over hand at the heart. Whatever feels the most appropriate right now in the body, follow that. It's unique to the body in this moment. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. We'll join together in the sound of Om, the Asatoma mantra, Om and Shanti. And just joining in, if appropriate, or just feeling the vibrations. If making vibrations in the throat right now isn't appropriate. And may this practice, meditation and motion, lead me from the unreal to the real. Lead me from darkness to light. Lead me from time-bound consciousness to the timeless state of being that I am, right here, right now. Taking in a full breath. Asatoma Sadhana Soma Jyoti Gamaya Mrichoma Amritam Gamaya Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feeling as sound fades into silence. Relaxing the hands back down, slowly, attentively. Bringing the body into the appropriate position for the bowing breath. Seated on the heels, cross-legged, legs extended in a chair, or any variation that works in the body right now. Eyes are still closed, tuning into the natural flow of breath in the body, and just slightly increasing inhalations and exhalations. And with the next inhaling breath, feel that rise of breath through the torso and lift the chest, lift the chin, lean back slightly. And as you exhale, hinge from the hip creases, folding forward and down, supporting yourself with your hands. Just folding until everything naturally stops. And then with the next inhaling breath, rising back up, lifting chest, lifting chin, just leaning back slightly. And then with the exhalation, continuing with your own breathing pattern. Just letting each breath initiate the movement. Staying connected to feeling breath flowing through the body, sensation from the movement of bowing down and rising back up. At the top of your next inhaling breath, just relax into that pause that arises before the exhalation happens. Just relax deeply into that moment of stillness. As the exhalation happens, continuing with the bowing breath. And at the bottom of the next exhaling breath, just relax into that natural pause that arises. that moment of complete stillness, steadiness. And that as the inhalation rises in the body, letting the body rise back up. Bringing attention into the natural pauses in between the breath. And seeing if you can relax so fully into that pause that the next breath and movement that arises out of it arises in meditation, where you are completely relaxed and steady, even as movement happens through the body. Being aware of all of the shifting sensations of movement and breath, but simultaneously recognizing yourself as the one that is aware of movement and sensation. Relax deeply into the part or the whole that is observing, witnessing the movements in the body. Next time the body rises back up to the seated position with a straight spine, observe the body coming into stillness. As you sit tall, releasing control over the body or the breath. Just observing, relaxed, at peace with this present moment. Exactly as it is. From this open spaciousness of the awareness that you are, let the body begin to adjust into a comfortable seated position for the Kriya of Chitta and Prana, where you turn the palms to face up on the legs. The legs are in a comfortable position, just allowing for a stretch if that's appropriate right now. Eyes are closed. Tuning in again to breath, letting the breath flow in a smooth and steady rhythm. Just be aware of the gentle flow of breath in and out. And then engage your mental capacities by visualizing, imagining as if you can breathe in and out through the center of the chest. Letting the attention focus at the center of the chest. Breathing in and out through the center of the chest. Witnessing, observing any sensations that arise at the center of the chest. And now as you breathe in, draw the breath in through the center of the chest. Let it split in two and stream down each arm, exhaling through the palms of the hands. So now, breathing in through the center of the chest, observing felt sensations, energy streaming down the arms into the palms of the hands, exhaling through the palms of the hands. Be aware of sensations, chest, arms, and palms. Free flow of energy, prana, in the body. Next time, as you inhale through the center of the chest, feel that energy stream down the arms, into the palms, and now, as if you can breathe in and out through the palms of the hands. Just observing the attention, focus at the palms of the hands. And as you continue to breathe in and out through the palms of the hands, slowly, almost imperceptibly slowly, begin to lift the hands up off the knees or thighs. And turn the palms in that same slow movement to face towards each other. Breathing in and out through the palms of the hands. Without allowing the hands to touch, begin to press the palms together until you feel that presence of energy between the palms. And then experiment with pressing and pulling the hands apart and together, just about 1/8 of an inch, right on top of that energetic edge. Making those micro movements back and forth. Focusing on the palms of the hands, but also bring the attention to the back of the hands and feel the presence of the energy behind the hand as well. Energy in front of and behind the hands, as if you're wearing energy mittens. Still pulsing the hands forward and back, making those micro movements. Slowly begin to turn the palms to face up towards the ceiling. Open, receptive way, and make those micro movements up and down now. Still feeling energy, palms of the hands, backs of the hands. And as you make those up and down movements, see if you can feel that energy being drawn up the arms towards the elbows, making those movements from the elbows down into the hands, up and down, feeling that energy front and back of the lower arms. And then just allow the hands and the elbows freedom of movement to just explore this energy surrounding them and within them. Uncensor the arms and just play in this felt sense of energy. There's no right or wrong, so you can't do it wrong. Just be an exploration of feeling and tuning in to prana. And then just pause wherever you're at. Make that movement back and forth from the elbows down into the hands, verifying that presence of energy. And then feel that energy rise up from the elbows into the upper arms and the shoulders. Make that movement now, back and forth, that micro movement from the shoulders down. Maybe it's back and forth, maybe it's up and down in the shoulders. And then uncensor the arms and allow the arms complete freedom to move in any way that feels prompted, natural, organic, stretching or moving. Just explore your capacity to feel and move with the energy within and around the body. Don't go into hesitation or doubt. Just let the arms stretch and move. And then pause wherever you're at and make that micro movement from the shoulders all the way down into the hands. Feeling that energy within and around the arms, as well as the neck and the head and the whole upper torso. And give the upper body now, the torso up through the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the complete freedom to begin to move and explore. Or even if there's that intuitive prompting to be still, to allow the body to be still. Everything's in this spacious awareness, observing movement or stillness. Relax into being the observer so that this can be a meditation in motion. And even if that motion is bringing the body into stillness. And then just pause right where you're at. Make that micro movement in the whole upper body from the waist up. Feeling the whole upper body enveloped within energy and filled with energy. And then feel that energy moving down into the legs. And give the legs, the whole body, complete permission, freedom to move in whatever way the body is drawn to. Can't do it wrong, so just explore movement or stillness. If the mind becomes filled with doubt, hesitation, just pause. Breathe. Scan the body for the area of strongest sensation. And then begin to approach that sensation by leaning into it just a little bit. Come to the edge of that strong sensation. Breathe into it. Make those micro movements right over it. And then let those micro movements, releasing the trapped energy in the body, help to prompt larger movements perhaps, or even going into a posture. Just see, feel how the body wants to move or be still. Be fearless in this exploration of allowing the innate intelligence of prana to prompt movement and opening, to help restore balance and harmony. And you can stay with this exploration of your unique innate intelligence as long as it is appropriate, joining into my instructions whenever it feels like the energies that have been released are ready to integrate in stillness and then come back into further instruction. When there's a felt sense of these energies subsiding, bring the body back into a comfortable seated position in stillness. Eyes are closed, focusing at the third eye. And just recognize that you didn't have to make any decisions in how to move the body. There was a naturalness to the movements. And a naturalness to this moment of stillness. And slowly, attentively transitioning the body into a position on the hands and knees, coming into table position. If the knees need extra support, you can place a rolled up blanket underneath them, whatever is needed so that you can feel at ease in the body. Knees directly below the hips, wrists directly below the shoulders. And just see if already the body has been prompted to move and you follow that. And if not, just tune into the breath. Steady breaths in and out. And on the next inhaling breath, lift the tailbone up, drop the belly down, lift the chin and the chest up, coming into cow pose. You can do this seated as well, if needed. On the exhalation, lower the chin to the chest, begin to round the spine, pressing the center of the spine up towards the ceiling like a cat, coming into cat pose. And then continue on your own. Just feeling the natural flow of movement coordinated with breath in the body. And as you're making these movements, scan the body for the area of strongest sensation. And the next time you begin to approach it, line right up at the height of the strongest sensation, but at the edge where you can relax. Be steady in the position, coming into stillness right at that energetic edge of felt sense of density in the body. Breathe into it. And then make those micro movements over it. And then allow those micro movements that are helping to open and release trapped energy. Let that released energy from the micro movements guide any additional movements in the body to further facilitate balance and harmony. And perhaps the C curve comes in, where you turn and look out past one shoulder, draw that shoulder to the same hip, creating a stretch in the opposite side of the body. Inhaling to center, and then exhaling to the opposite side. Perhaps something completely different shows up. Just feel and move in attunement with the sensations in the body. Exploring this language that we call prana's promptings. And in the midst of either movement or stillness, just to recognize yourself as the one that is aware of movement or stillness. A constant, unchanging presence. The movements and the sensations and even any thoughts are shifting and changing within. You are the witness of the body, the breath, the energy, the thoughts, the intuitions. Eventually letting the body come to stillness in a child's pose, seated back on the heels, hinging forward from the hips, lowering the forehead towards the floor. And if it doesn't comfortably reach the floor, just take your hands and stack one on top of the other in fists and rest the forehead on the stacked hands on the floor. Relax deeply here, letting the attention be drawn to that spot on the forehead where it is in contact with the floor or the hands. Resetting at the third eye to allow all of the energies that have been released to integrate. Return to their source of stillness. Notice that which is aware of stillness right now. Is that same presence of awareness that was aware of movement previously. Relax as this constant presence of awareness, where you can allow all aspects of life to come to you, move through you, remaining steady and at ease. Constant meditation. With your next inhaling breath, slowly remaining anchored as this constant presence. Feel the movement of the body rising back up to seated. Feel that moving through the presence of constant awareness you are. And then coming back onto the hands and knees. And I will guide you through first a puppy stretch, and then if it's appropriate into a downward dog. But it's really about what feels right in this physical unit that you call your body right here, right now. So to come into a puppy stretch from the hands and the knees, lift the hips up and back, keeping the hips anchored above the knees. Begin to walk the hands forward, straightening the arms, lowering the forehead and chin and chest down in the direction of the floor. Keep the hips lifted up and pressing back as you straighten those arms as far as they will stretch at the edge, letting the forehead, chin, and chest relax down in the direction of the floor, just with gravity. Breathe right here for as long as is appropriate. Coming out of the pose and resetting back in as many times as is needed. And if it feels right to come into a downward dog, then you can walk the hands back up. And when the hands are on the floor about an inch forward of where the shoulders are, spread the fingers wide, press into the palms, and lift the hips up and back into downward dog. Again, you can stay in this pose as long as is appropriate. Coming out, coming back in. And regardless of which pose you're in, breathe fully. Scan the body for the area of strongest sensation and begin to make those micro movements. And then see if those micro movements help to facilitate an opening where energy is released and there is a natural prompting towards larger movements or back to integration and stillness. Once again, just tune in and feel and follow the natural promptings of the innate intelligence of prana within the body, or the intuitive knowings that pass as a thought. Everything is in the awareness, that presence of awareness that you are. So this body can't do anything wrong. Just stay in tune with its natural promptings, and those promptings will guide it towards balance. Let the attention follow the energy. The mind is going to move you based on habit, based on a previous repetition of movement or thinking pattern. Release that and follow the innate energetic intelligence that you know restores balance every night when you sleep. Follow its promptings right now. Remembering that sensation is energy, and the way to access its energetic intelligence is to move into sensation and then feel that energetic prompting from within. bringing the body back into a comfortable seated position. And see if you can deliberately make these movements where you're still anchored as that meditative state of attunement to the presence of awareness that you are. As you slowly transition to a position seated on the sits bones, legs extended out in front of you, sitting tall. Separating the feet to a bit wider than hip width apart. Sit tall, pressing down into the sits bones, sitting on a cushion or a blanket if needed to help support the lower back. Begin to bend the left knee and draw the left foot in towards the inner right thigh, as close in towards the body as you can. Twist the body to face towards the right foot. Place both hands on the right thigh. Press the sits bones down. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, hinge forward from the hips, sliding the hands down the leg until everything naturally stops. Breathe into the strong sensations. With each inhalation, draw that fresh energy, oxygen right into the center of the strongest sensation. And with the exhalation, just relax into the body more fully. Perhaps you go deeper into the forward fold, perhaps not. Doesn't matter. Just relax deeply into the body. And then you can make those micro movements over that strong sensation. And see if that helps to facilitate a deeper sense of ease in the body. Breathing, feeling. And I'm not going to instruct you when to come off of this side and go into the other side. The invitation is to breathe, feel, make micro movements as is appropriate, and just tune into that innate energetic intelligence in your own body and let it prompt when it's appropriate to come out of the pose and what the next appropriate movement is, whether it's coming into the other side or something completely different. Tune in to the wisdom of the body, the intelligence of prana. Feel and let attention follow the energy. Relaxing back as the observer, the constant presence of awareness in which all movement, all stillness unconditionally passes through. Where it's obvious that you can't do it wrong. So at ease. If the mind comes in with hesitation or doubt, shift your attention from those thoughts back to breath, steady breaths, back to sensation, and then see how that sensation, that energy is prompting the body, whether in movement or in stillness. And these movements, these promptings from prana, are helping to release restrictions, frozen energy in the body, which also releases toxins in the body. So to help release toxins more fully from the body, we'll use our quantum breath technique to release those toxins out through the nose. And there's a felt readiness to come into stillness. Bring the body back into a comfortable seated position, sitting tall, shoulders relaxed. And we will utilize the alternate nostril breath technique again, either simply visualizing breathing through each nostril alternately, or following my instructions and closing off each nostril if both nostrils are open enough. You can use a Vishnu mudra in the hand if you're familiar, and if not, you'll simply lift the right hand up, close off the right nostril with the right thumb. Exhale steadily and smoothly through the left nostril, and then inhale through the left nostril. At the top of the breath, pause, close off the left nostril with one of your fingers, so you're closing both nostrils during the pause, and then release the thumb, exhaling steadily and smoothly out through the right nostril. Inhaling right nostril, let the attention follow the breath up to the third eye. Pause, close off both nostrils. Release the left nostril, exhale smoothly and steadily out through the left nostril. Inhaling left nostril, focusing the attention up at the third eye, closing off both nostrils. Releasing the right nostril, exhaling right nostril. And just continue on your own with your own breathing pattern. Following the flow of breath in and out through both nostrils alternately. And relaxing into that pause at the top of each inhalation with attention resting at the third eye. Continue with this technique until there is a felt sense of completion with it, where there's a felt sense to simply release the technique. Release the arm if you're using the hands. And allow a seated, still meditation to emerge, where you relaxed back into that constant, unconditional presence of awareness that you are. If at any time the mind becomes overly active, just returning to any breathing technique that you're comfortable with and prompted to help focus the mind away from thought back into sensation, so that you can allow meditation to arise once again. Remaining anchored as this presence of constant unconditional awareness. Just take in the following words and questions for contemplation, so that meditation in motion can be a way of life, not just a practice on the mat. Just consider if you could feel the natural energetic promptings in the body. And if you were able to follow those natural promptings, recognizing that you didn't have to do anything, that movement or stillness was prompted from within, and that they were perfectly appropriate to facilitating balance and harmony in the present moment. Which means in life, you can relax. You don't have to do. You can be, and let the appropriate movements flow through you from a place of ease. Whether it's preparing dinner, driving to work, coming from this inner attunement of harmony and peace. Could you observe when the movements were prompted by the innate intelligence, or perhaps at times prompted by habit? Were the thoughts, intuitive thoughts appropriate to the present moment, or repetitive habitual thoughts based on the past? Your practice is just now beginning. So continue to use these tools and techniques so that you can discriminate the difference between an intuitive prompting, prompted by the innate intelligence within you, and habitual ways of moving and thinking and acting in the world. And all of this to recognize that life can be in meditation in motion. But you have to practice, 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 so that life can be filled, fulfillment, every moment, and joy. Gently and slowly guiding the hands in front of the heart. Prayer position or hand over hand at the heart. And celebrating what it is you've recognized about the self that you are by joining together in the sound of Om. Taking in a full breath. May you effortlessly carry the blessings of this practice into every aspect of your life. And thank you for this opportunity to offer to you that which I have received. Victory to the spirit that we are, that is one and whole. Jai Bhagwan.